Okay. Here we go. Put this on Twitter here. Okay. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a great Sunday today. Hey, Chaz, Anawak. How you guys doing? Hey, Fernando, Zach. Hey, guys. Oh, probably for my bounty. Don't kill him, guys. Just leave him alone. I'll post up there. Okay, let me help Brandon here with his business then. You have $30 million. What do I buy? Do you have all the businesses? Businesses are what you should always focus on. Hey, April. Hey, Ant. Hey, everyone. Oh yeah, we'll do another Kane and Lynch stream in the future. We'll do one. It'll be fun. Favorite potato chips dip? The salsa con queso, dip. I like that one the most. Thank you, Mr. Jackson. If you're in the lobby, I can help you out, like, sure. Let me drive this truck, I'll get it there quickly. Yeah, Mafia the Old Country's coming out very shortly. I'm gonna have a video on it on Thursday night into Friday. I can help you with that converted. Jesus. This week, Francisco. Yeah, I can do Ready or Not one day. No, I don't think it really makes sense for Arthur to go back for the money. What do you think about Rockstar making us put our IDs to check our age? When is that gonna be a thing? When is that coming out? When is that gonna be? A lot of people are just gonna use VPNs. That's what they're gonna do. Hey, Christine. I think the ID verification is only for the UK. I guess, but other games might require it. I guess we'll see then. Yeah, Mark, I can help you with that. Do I think Germany had a realistic shot of winning World War II ever? If they never invaded the Soviet Union, perhaps. Should I fast track all the research? Yeah, just get it done. How do you feel about the YouTube censorship that people are talking about? Can you explain a little more? Thank you, Jonathan, for sponsoring my channel. Thanks, dude. Mafia episode tonight? Yes, later tonight, the final part. YouTube might release a new update on 13. Is that, like, confirmed? Is it actually gonna happen? Hey, Professional, have you ever heard about the new UK age verification laws because Xbox making UK users age verification in early 2026? How are they gonna do that? Aren't they gonna, like, require your ID or something? That's stupid. And thank you, Jake, for the super chat. Did you see the concept the Ghost of Yote review thumbnails I posted the other day? And which one did you like? Anyway, you won't believe what DoorDash McDonald's upcharged 20 cents for napkins. Hello? Napkins, wow. That's ridiculous. Charging for napkins. Thank you, Blinded Eagle and Jake. I haven't seen the review thumbnails, Blinded Eagle, but I can take a look at them later. Yeah, I have to play Black Ops 2 before Black Ops 7 comes out. Did you hear that the UK proposed to lower the voting age to 16? What do you make of it? You know what I find really funny about that is that there was actually this guy who actually won an election in the UK, and the guy was 19 years old. And the same people that were basically pushing that, saying, you know, it's great for 16-year-olds to vote, all of those same people were then against that 19-year-old being in office, saying that he's, you know, too young, he's inexperienced, but then at the same time as they were saying that 16-year-olds should be voting. I think, personally, that 16 is too young to be voting. I think 18, because 16, your brain is still developing a lot. I think 18 is just the right age perfectly for that, but personally, I think it's hypocritical that people would be fine with 16-year-olds voting, but then get pissed at a 19-year-old winning an election. Have I watched Law & Order? Oh yeah, I used to watch it a lot when I was a kid. Hello, how are you, dude, too? Yes, they do, Chaz. You're right on that. Who do I think is worse, in my opinion? Nixon or Johnson? Johnson. Yeah, Johnson, I'd say. Nixon, sure, might have done, you know, Watergate, but Johnson, I think, was an overall worser president. What's your question, Zach? You're in a loading screen? Huh. Hi, GB. How are you, dude? High chance, Hey, Mazur. Yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with Mafia the Old Country, and I'll have some cosplay for it, too. This age verification thing in the UK, did this law pass? Did this law, like, actually go through? Oh yeah, I'll play Battlefield 6 and I'll play the beta too. Too young. That would be too young, Zach. It has. Well, that really sucks. That lob went through. How is it going to affect the U.S. though? When's my next lore video? It will be on Tucker and Days Gone. There we go on that one. Okay, one more left here. More garment worker abuse allegations in Myanmar. But Myanmar or Burma, it is that country is not a democracy. It's ruled by a bunch of military generals. No, I don't smoke anything. Thank you, QC, for the super chat. I think I like Tommy the most. Probably my favorite Mafia protagonist. Yeah, I have cosplay for Mafia the Old Country, yes. Okay, Brandon, I can help you with that later. I think the age verification thing is stupid. Because it's like, trying to using age verification for, like, YouTube videos, and also, like, the government requiring your ID for stuff like that. I don't think that's the government's business, and it's more like the government spying on you. That can be abused. We don't really use it much anymore, Andrew. I was born in Brooklyn. I recently finished Red Dead Redemption 2 playthrough. I'm now wondering why the bolt-action Red Dead Redemption 1 wasn't the M1 1903 Springfield. I wonder that too, yeah. It was still the Crag. Scariest member of the Sopranos crew? Probably, Richie. Yes, I'll replay Red Dead 2. Australia is doing the same age verification laws in December. That's ridiculous too, Jake. But thank you for the super chat. But that's really dumb. They're doing that. Yeah, that's really dumb. Well, if YouTube is going to require age verification, what's going to happen is more people are going to use VPNs, and also it's probably going to hurt YouTube because less people will be using it. Hey, Lost Cause Clown, how are you? Do you think America was scared to invade North Vietnam because of the fear that China would get involved? That was part of it, yeah. But China heavily disliked North Vietnam, but I will say also another reason, one reason the U.S. didn't want to invade North Vietnam was because the Soviet Union, for example, spread a lot of propaganda against the U.S. when they invaded North Korea in the Korean War, that the U.S. was being imperialist. And the U.S. didn't really want that propaganda to be spread around again, so they didn't invade North Vietnam. They stayed in South Vietnam the whole war. How do you know so much about history? I just like to read, look stuff up. I'm gonna play Mafia 3. I'm gonna play Mafia 3. After I finish Mafia 2, Mafia the Old Country, and then Mafia 2 and Mafia 3. No, I've never played Dead to Rights. I bought Ready or Not? No, not yet. Retail stories, future videos, and read previous comment. Thank you, Dead Sea Pirate. I could do another video on the what just happened. What did I hit? How did I kill someone? I could do a video in the future, reading more, retail stories and, talk about some of those scumbag YouTubers like that Reynolds woman. She was a YouTube prankster who basically paid this homeless woman $20 to jump in the water, and the woman almost drowned, and she left her there. It was, such a scumbag. I think she was on TikTok. She was such a scumbag. Is it a mobile game reward? It sounds like a mobile game. Oh yeah, Twisted Metal I want to play. I did see the new episodes of Twisted Metal, all 3 new episodes. I've seen them recently. Finally had some time to watch some TV. Okay. Any tips for visiting the U.S. as a non-American? I'm scared of those government agencies. What government agencies? But it's no, it's in the U.S. Stuff isn't really gonna happen to you in the U.S. It's like it's fine to visit the country. Twisted Metal Black, I could play that one day too. Okay, here we go. I need help. I can help you too. It's my birthday. Happy birthday, Gazala. Everyone wish Gazala happy birthday. Will I ever do a play for Red Dead Redemption 2? Yes, I still gotta do that. I did the play for Red Dead Redemption 1, and I did do a play for Red Dead Redemption 2, but it was 7 years ago, but I could, replay it and come back to it one day. Will I play Hitman, Silent Assassin, and Contracts? Yes, I want to do the entire Hitman series one day. Yeah, I'll play Battlefield Beta, yes. Mark, I jump out of those helicopters just so I could despawn them, but... return... Okay, return it here. Do you think Polly was Tommy's only real friend in the Mafia? Yes. Mafia Boss Simulator is coming to PS5 next year, really? Huh. Is Twisted Metal Black online, Skull? Did you hear that in GTA 6 you have the ability to steal cars? Oh, wow. That's revolutionary. Worst mission in Liberty City Stories? That mission for Donald Love where you were driving the election van? I do, KG. This will make you fly faster. That's, yep. When he activates flight formation, it does make you fly faster. What mission do I hate the most in the original Saints Row games? The worst mission in the original Saints Row games. I have to think on that one. Maybe the worst mission in the original Saints Row games. It might be. Now that I think about it, I forget the name of the mission, but it's a Brotherhood mission. It's a second Brotherhood mission where Donnie has to rig the cars to explode. Sometimes there's a glitch where he doesn't rig the cars to explode, and you have to keep defending him from waves of enemies. And then at the end of the mission, the car comes at you with the bomb. The one thing I don't understand from Mafia 1. If Salieri knew Tommy didn't kill Frank and Michelle before the bank heist, then why didn't Salieri order kill Tommy until after the heist? Because Tommy was too useful to him. That's why, Mr. Jesus. He was working. He was doing too much good work for him. I passed what, Dead Sea Pirate? No, I can do it, Dead Sea Pirate. But if I had to do it, it would be like maybe a video in the future on like top 10 retail horror news stories or something like that. And can you add my name, Society of Jesus? Thank you for the super chat, Sod Kings. I can add you after the stream. I can't add anyone during the stream. Oh, I did, Aiden. That your mom's car got repoed and... Well, what's going on? Crap, that was close. That your mom's car got repoed and the police made you walk home when it was really hot? Okay, Cross, I can help you, Tilla, but I just need some time. I'm just helping Brendan right now with his stuff. How annoying is the race in Mafia? Oh boy, that is really annoying. Thank you, Jake, for the super chat. But looking for better opportunities in other states, Andy. Missed one, gotta go back and get it. The last time I traveled international was 2010 when I visited Poland. That was the last time. Mr. Tiger, what happened? Was that an accident? Call of Duty Vanguard is the worst World War II game. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. Most cold-blooded mobster in The Sopranos? Probably Ralph. Is there crossplay between console and PC? No, not on GTA. There's not even crossplay with Xbox.
Well, at least.
I agree with you, Minion Dave. Until it's confirmed by Rockstar, don't believe it. Don't believe these rumors until it's confirmed by Rockstar. You know, people are, all the clickbaiters are saying the GTA 6 is going to get delayed again. Don't believe it unless it comes from Rockstar. Once it comes from Rockstar, then you'll know whether it's real or not. Why did America make the M1A1 Thompson SMG during World War II? They just made the Thompson a little better, made the bolt on the right side, made it have a stick magazine. They wanted a good SMG, but the Thompson was just too expensive to manufacture. I try to watch what I've been eating, but for some time I haven't, KG. What do you think about the new Mafia coming out? I'm excited for it. Okay, Mista, well, just try not to do that, because I guess people don't know what's going on in the lobby. What do I think of Meadow Soprano? Well, she very much knew that, she knew that her dad was in the Mafia. Oh, this is the police here. The police ambush bikes. What the? We're helping Brandon just finish all of his sales. He's almost done. Just wait, Mark. I'm gonna play the new Mafia in Sicilian. Probably won't have time for that one, Gunner. I do have a great lore video coming out that I want to make on Tucker in Days Gone. Everyone, call Lester. Get Lester ready. Because I'm going to alert the cops here. If I have time, I can help you also, Pearson. It's a lot of people are just asking me for help today. Thank you for the super chat, dude. Okay, everyone get ready. Aw, damn. Forgot about that damn wall there. I know he was betrayed, the senators killed Caesar, but I don't really know that much about the history, though. I shouldn't have driven in here.
I'm guessing you don't want a back rub. How can I help? Okay, so you're in serious trouble, and you need my help.
You know Guy Fawkes? Yes, he was the, Catholic revolutionary in, England who tried to blow up the British Parliament with gunpowder. Oh, okay. The GTA 6 moon theory was stupid, yeah. Okay, yeah, don't fly too close to the cargo, please. Brandon, is this your last sale? I'm sorry it happened, Aiden. Okay, Brandon. Brandon, can you help Killa with his sale after this? I'm gonna help Mark if you could help Killa because he needs to sell some stuff too. I wish you luck with that, Pearson. Are you uploading Mafia today? Yes, it'll be uploaded after the stream today. Hey, Pro, if you were the CEO of YouTube, what would you do with the clickbait on YouTube? It's a good question, how to fix it. Thank you, Jake, for the super chat. I would do like a feature where like people can maybe report videos for clickbait, like viewers can report videos for clickbait, and then after that what can happen is that maybe a YouTube reviewer can review the video, and they wouldn't take the video down or strike the video would still be allowed to stay up, but it would just be demonetized, and the person could make no money from it. That's what I think should happen. It's okay, mister. I mean, what do you guys think should be done to stop the clickbait? Because it's really hard to identify what's clickbait, but I think that the viewers should be able to report a video for clickbait or flag a video for clickbait, and if the video, gets like enough views or enough like reports or something like that, that like a YouTube rep could then look at it and then they could just demonetize the video if it's clickbait.
You're bikers, right?
You're clickbaiting? How so? Can somebody disband who's raccoon or converted or Shimon? Can you guys please, or Nikki or Crossface, please don't be solo CEOs because you're taking spots away from people. If one of you guys can disband. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, I can help you with that, Nikki, also, Dude, come on, what gives? Come on, seriously, dude? Why? It's just... Thank you, Brandon. That was not an accident. That was not an accident at that point. That's off the radar and then getting blown up. That's... I mean, like, come on, dude. It's like, why? Most effective behemoth in Battlefield 1? The train. If you park the train in the right spot, you can do some heavy damage. Yeah, I will, Jimmy. No, I'm fine right now, Nikki. Take him off your friends list. I'm going to. He's back. Well. He probably left to avoid the kick. That's probably what it was. I don't know why some people do this stuff. sucks I had to do that, but it's like, I don't know why, you know, people, I haven't had to delete somebody from my friends list for, like, a long time. That just sucks, but it's just... By the way, guys, everyone just get out of this lobby, because he's in here and he's just gonna keep doing it. So I'm just, yeah. Once you deliver that bike, yeah. Everyone just leave the lobby, and we're gonna form a new lobby. First telling me that it was lag when he crashed into me repeatedly, and then over and over again, and then this, and I was willing to let it go even when he smashed into me with the Oppressor Mark II, but then going after the cargo at that point, that was just... that was, uncalled for. You guys don't have to kill him. Don't do that. Don't resort to that. I'm just gonna leave the lobby. I'm just waiting until this gets delivered, and I'm just leaving the lobby. Okay. I'm gonna form a new lobby now, guys. Everyone, join in on it. I don't know why some people act like this. You know, the thing is, you know, he was such an idiot that he used off the radar in that lobby. Like, if he would have just come up behind me, it would have been easier for him to actually kill me and blow up the cargo because I wouldn't have expected it. But when he actually went off the radar, I knew what he was doing at that point. So he was just being stupid. Would have actually made him less suspicious if he hadn't used off the radar. Who uses off the radar in a session where we're all friends? So just some people don't think, you know. Uh, but everyone just join my new session here. I did, Brandon. I removed him, yeah. Anyone needs help, just join my session and I'll help you out now. That sucks. I try to keep these lobbies as less toxic as possible, and we haven't had an incident like that in a long time. Like a long time. So it's just... You can't join? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to... It's a glitch then. It's a glitch, hold on. Hold on, I'll make a new session, everyone. Give me a moment. But you know what's gonna happen is... I wouldn't be surprised if I get a message later on. It's like, oh, you know, that wasn't me. That was my brother or my friend or my cousin who, you know, got on my account and griefed you. Like that's almost always happens. Like I remove somebody who griefs, and then I get like a message the next day or the day after, and they say, oh, that was my cousin who did that. I didn't do that. I could, Menace. Okay, guys, you should be able to join this session now. If you ever have that glitch happen where people can't join your friend's session, just close the application, start it up again, and that fixes it. I know, he said he was lagging when he crashed into my plane, but then he came back a second time and crashed into the plane again. At that point, I was suspicious. Do you have it upgraded, Eamon? I did, Chaz. Okay, I'm gonna help Mark next. I promised I'd help Mark, Porsche, Killa, but Brandon will help you. Brandon, can you help, Killa? Killa, invite Brandon, he can help you. We just helped him finish his sale. I'm gonna help Porsche Addict in the meantime. Sorry, it was my father's brother's nephew's cousin, former roommate who did it. Oh, man. Yeah. Who's Zach? Oh, okay. God, this is happening too often. People are trying to undercover be griefers. I suggest we have zero tolerance. Once they show aggression or start griefing our lobbies, they should be gone. No excuses. Yeah. That's it. I agree with you, Fernando. Thank you for the super chat. Killa, can you invite Brandon? He will help you. Invite Brandon straight, Killa. He'll help you with your sale. You got raided. Oh, okay. Mark, I guess you don't need help then? You're not inviting me? If I don't get an invite from you in a moment, I'll just join another CEO then. It's not being rude, Mark. Fernando was right. Okay, Minnie. You're stuck in a loading screen? Okay, Mark. Undertale. What's the game setting? Is it like a historical game? Also, watch the people you add from stream. The thing is, though, is I'm pretty careful with that. Well, Chaz, this has not happened for like a long time, for like years. It's only happened, last week and today. It hasn't happened for some time. So this is not like a situation that's happening a lot. But the thing about this, what I'll say, is that a lot of times when you're adding somebody on GTA, and you don't know whether that person is friendly or not, sometimes it's actually pretty easy to tell if they're friendly or not. How do you tell? You just look at their profiles. Just look at who they have added. Look at their background. A lot of times these griefers are so stupid they will have like a background. Like I've had people send me like friend requests and their background is them standing on GTA Online standing with like a dunce cap, like the bad sport lobby. Like literally their background is that, and I just delete the request. I'm like, hey, why did you delete it? And I'm like, your background. You're literally, you're briefing back, no, that's not me, that's just wrong, and then they change it really quick. Or they'll have, like, YouTube videos linked to their account, and they'll have some, like, stupid, like, griefing videos, like, just killing people over and over again. Like, they'll have that on their PSN accounts a lot of times. Hello, Pro. I have a few questions. When are you doing Mafia 2? I'm doing it right after Mafia the Old Country. Number 2, are you gonna play Old Country when it releases? Yes. In one of your Mafia videos you mentioned you didn't like, Woody Wilson. Why? Who's Woody Wilson again? Thank you, you post-cringe CJ. Thanks, dude. And also, guys, nobody harassed that guy who was griefing today. Just leave it. Just delete him and, delete him and that's just it. If he's on your friends list, but don't harass the guy. Woodrow Wilson, 28th president. Oh, Woodrow Wilson is one of the worst presidents in history, in American history. Yeah, he sucks. Woodrow Wilson is a scumbag. He's a terrible president. But about Woodrow Wilson, why does he why does he suck so much? He sucks so much because he lied to the American public. He got elected promising that he would not get America involved in World War One. He promised that he wouldn't get America in World War One. But he broke that promise, and he got us involved in that war. He got over 100,000 Americans killed. For nothing, basically. World War I was a stupid war. We didn't need to get involved in that. It was a European problem. So it wasn't really it wasn't really something that America had to have gotten involved in. World War II was different, but World War I was just, something else. World War I was basically a war between a bunch of stupid monarchies, like a bunch of stupid, like, kings and queens, just fighting over, like, territory in Europe, and they wanted to just take each other's colonies. That's what it was. Okay, let me help Mark here. Pro, why do you sound more concerned about the Americans only? There was other casualties. Sure, World War I, millions of people died. But the thing is I'm looking at it from my country's perspective. Is World War I did not affect America at all. It was not America's problem. There is no reason that America should have gotten involved in that war. It was started by a bunch of European monarchs, and it was their problem. That's what it was. It was started by a bunch of empires. And look at what happened after World War I. What happened after World War I? Britain and France took all of Germany's colonies. What did America get in that? Over 100,000, dead Americans, and Britain and France just ended up taking over, more territory. So it was just like a waste of, human life. For what? For a bunch of greedy monarchies to just, get more colonies. That's what it was. So, that's why Americans got so pissed off at Europeans for, World War I, is because over 100,000 Americans died, and basically for what? For, a stupid war. And World War I ended up leading to World War II because they just punished Germany so severely, and then you had, a psycho like Hitler come to power during that. What about the Lusitania? The Lusitania was carrying weapons on it. It was secretly smuggling weapons. The Lusitania was... The British lied and they smuggled weapons on that ship. So, basically, the British government got everybody on that ship killed because they smuggled weapons on it. It's confirmed. It's a fact that the ship was carrying weapons. The Zimmerman telegram was provocative. I will agree with you on that. But the Zimmerman telegram was something else, because the Zimmerman telegram, what that basically said is that if the U.S. enters World War I, that Germany is offering them an alliance and asks them to attack the U.S. That's basically what it was. It wasn't calling directly for Mexico to attack the U.S. It was saying that if the U.S. enters World War I, that Germany wants to form an alliance with Mexico. That's basically what it was about. I'm uploading the ending to Mafia, yes. So yeah, I support American intervention in World War II, because in World War II you had, Nazi Germany, Fascist Italy, and Imperial Japan, like evil, empires, that they had to be stopped. But World War I was different, because World War I was just a bunch of, stupid, like, monarchies just fighting each other over, colonies. And, I hear this, a lot of times I hear, like, from Europeans, like, where they say, like, oh, Americans entered World War I so late. But my question to that is, why should we have even entered World War I in the first place? It was not even an American conflict. Like, it had nothing to do with us. It was started by a bunch of monarchies. So that's basically what I'll say about that. So Woodrow Wilson lied. He got elected on promising to keep America out of World War I, and he broke his promise. He got over 100,000 Americans killed. started a draft that got a lot of people killed in that. Woodrow Wilson also, created the Federal Reserve. He created the federal income tax. The reason we have an income tax today was because of Woodrow Wilson. And on top of that, Woodrow Wilson was also a massive racist. Probably one of the worst American presidents of all time. The only good thing that Woodrow Wilson tried to do is after World War I, he didn't want Germany to be punished so severely. Like, he didn't support, like, severe punishments on Germany. That was mostly, like, France that wanted that. That was maybe, like, the only good thing he did. But other than that, he was a scumbag. He also suspended free speech. He did during the war. So if you protested against America's involvement in World War I, you would have got arrested. So yeah, Wilson was just a scumbag. Yes, he did, Adrian. Woodrow Wilson was a massive racist. No, Vito Corleone was not a sociopath. Michael Corleone fits that more. Would the Vietnam War have happened if JFK didn't get killed? We really don't know. JFK did actually send over 10,000 advisors to Vietnam, so we don't know how he would have handled it. Was Truman also as bad as Woodrow Wilson? No, not even close. Truman was actually a decent president for the most part, where Wilson was just like an idiot. The thing, Truman was a better president than FDR, because the big problem that I have with FDR is that FDR did not. What happened is, if FDR was president still at the time, FDR might have actually given Stalin half of Japan. So Stalin wanted to divide up Japan the same way that Germany was divided. He wanted to do that. Wait, my stream is lagging right now, guys? Oh, is it good now? Lobby's glitched? Okay. Okay, it's okay. But, look, about Truman, here's what happened. Stalin wanted to occupy North Japan. He wanted to basically have North Japan, Hokkaido, be turned into like a communist puppet state. And Truman basically told him, piss off, no. So Truman said, no, you're not getting North Japan. And he kept Japan united. And also, Britain and France wanted to also occupy Japan, but Truman basically said, no, America is occupying all of Japan. And if Britain and France had occupied Japan, you don't know what they would have done. Britain and France's occupation would have been worse than America's occupation, because they probably could have tried to colonize parts of Japan. That's what they probably could have done. They probably could have broken it up into colonies. America didn't want to colonize Japan. America wanted to turn Japan into a friendly trading partner. That was America's goal. So America did save Japan after that. Truman did save Japan. He saved Japan from France and Britain, and he saved Japan also from Stalin. So, the reason Japan isn't North and South Korea today is because of Truman. Could FDR have prevented the Cold War? Nobody could have prevented the Cold War. Nobody could have. It was going to happen because Stalin was just aggressive. It was just going to happen. Thank you, post-cringe CJ. I'm from Holland. Have you been to... You mean the Netherlands? No, I've never been to the Netherlands, no. I know that in the Netherlands, for example, that you have, like, these cities that have a lot of water on them, a lot of bridges. Yes, Wilson was a massive racist. I think that Truman desegregated the military. I think he was the one who did that. So it was Truman was a decent president. Some people hate Truman because of the atomic bombings, and they hate him because of they hate him because of that new movie Oppenheimer. But even though that was based like on a real thing, is when it comes to the atomic bombings of Japan, I'm not saying they were a good or a bad thing. I'm not really going to take a position on that. The only thing I'm going to say about it is I'm going to say it shortened the war. Because if the US had not done those atomic bombings, they would have had to invade Japan, and the war probably would have lasted for another year and a half, and millions more people would have died. So I think that Truman, for the most part, was a decent president. Also, about Truman, what I'll say about him is that Truman was not scared of anything, really. He had no fear. Truman. Here's what people don't know about Truman. Also, Truman is the only president that we've ever had in American history that never went to college. People don't know that. He is the only president in American history who's never gone to college. So a lot of people don't know that, and people thought that he wasn't qualified because of that. People thought that because he didn't go to college, he wasn't qualified, but he actually did a decent job as president. So if you look at Truman's example, you don't need college to be successful. He was president, 2 times, and he didn't go to college, so he was Truman is from my state, Missouri. Yeah, he was a Midwestern guy. Some people are confused how Wilson was racist. He showed a KKK movie in the White House. Stuck in black screen again. Oh, that sucks. But going back to Truman, though, is, do you know that Truman was that type of guy that he would curse people out if he didn't like them? Like, he used very foul language, but he was very direct. When Truman actually met Molotov, who was the foreign minister of the Soviet Union, Truman actually cursed him out. Like, he actually cursed out the foreign minister of the Soviet Union. And the foreign minister of the Soviet Union, Molotov said, in my entire political career, I have never had anybody talk to me like this. And then Truman said, if you don't want people like this talking to you, keep your goddamn promises. That's what he says to him. And he basically, Truman cursed him out because of the fact that Stalin was breaking all of his promises. He was breaking everything, and taking over countries. That's why Truman cursed him out. So I think he deserved it. What was it? The guy was pretty interesting if you read more about him, because what he also did is he wasn't scared of anyone. What Truman would do is he would walk down the streets of Washington, D.C. to his favorite sandwich shop by himself. No protection, no Secret Service protection. He didn't even carry a gun. Just walking by himself every day. Imagine that, the American president walking down the streets of Washington, D.C., going to get his favorite sandwich and a coffee every day. And the Secret Service tried to follow him, but Truman said, I don't want anybody following me. I don't want you near me. I want my privacy. I want to, walk to the store. But what the Secret Service did was they just pretended to be civilians. They just disguised themselves as civilians, and they would follow him around. And what they would do is they would hack the traffic lights so every single time that Truman would walk up to a crosswalk, the light would turn red, because they wanted him to keep moving. They didn't want him to stop. They wanted him to keep moving. So they were basically like just following him, pretending to be civilians. But he was, walked by himself and, did not want protection. So he was a pretty interesting guy if you read about him. Hello, Pearl. I enjoy your knowledge in history. My favorite subject in school, and still is, but I believe the U.S. shouldn't have gone to Vietnam. Thank you, Will. Thank you for the for sponsoring my channel for 7 months. And Truman did fight World War I. Yes, he was a soldier. You're right on that. But about Vietnam, here's what I'll tell you about Vietnam. I don't think the U.S. should have really probably gone there. It probably wasn't a good idea for the U.S. to go. But what I'll tell you about the Vietnam War is that the Vietnam War has more misinformation than any war in American history. Like, there's so much misinformation regarding that war. Like, if you listen to the propaganda concerning the Vietnam War, you would think that the Americans just invaded Vietnam because they felt like it, they were being imperialist, and they just wanted to colonize and destroy Vietnam and take away their sovereignty, and that the communists were just fighting for their freedom and independence against the evil Americans. That's typically what the propaganda goes like. It is way more complicated than that. It's not just that. It was, Vietnam was 2 countries. It was North Vietnam, which was a communist state, South Vietnam, which was a republic, but it was kind of corrupt. It had it was pretty authoritarian. And North Vietnam had invaded South Vietnam. Now South Vietnam was an ally of the U.S. at the time, and South Vietnam requested American aid. So, like, they requested American advisors. JFK sent over 10,000 advisors, and then when Johnson became president, Lyndon B. Johnson, he ended up sending over the military. So we probably shouldn't have sent over our military, but there wasn't. If we were to go into Vietnam, it should have been a volunteer mission. That's what it should have been. It should have been a mission where if you want to sign up for the military, if you want to go to Vietnam, you should have that right. But it should not be like forced. It should not be like a draft. It should not be conscription. It should not be like, you forced to go. That was the problem with the Vietnam Wars. They forced a lot of people to go who didn't want to go to it. But, look, people can have their disagreements with the Vietnam War. They can think that the war was stupid. It was pretty stupid. But what I will say about the Vietnam War is that anybody who thinks that the Viet Cong were like good guys or they were freedom fighters is an idiot. That's basically what. The Viet Cong was a terrorist organization. They were a really evil group. They committed horrific acts. Horrific torture, murdering POWs. The Vietnam were butchers, murderers. They used children as soldiers. They bombed civilians all the time. They scared civilians, intimidated them. The Viet Cong were not freedom fighters at all. But people believe that nonsense. They think that they were freedom fighters. Then they kill their own. Oh, of course, the Viet Cong massacred the Montagnards, indigenous people. The Montagnards are indigenous people that live in central Vietnam. The Viet Cong mass murdered them. I'm gonna leave this lobby after this sale because this lobby is glitched. People can't connect. But if you want to know something, the stupidest war in American history probably is not it's not the Vietnam War. It's probably the stupidest war in American history is probably World War I, because America had no reason to go there. It was just stupid. Over 100,000 Americans died. It's probably the stupidest war we fought in. But if you look at it as a more modern conflict, modern way, the stupidest war would be Iraq. Iraq would be the stupidest war. That's the dumbest war, not Vietnam. Vietnam, as bad as it was, at least Vietnam had more of a justification behind it, that, we were helping the allies, South Vietnam, and we were trying to stop the spread of communism. At least that had a little bit more justification to it than, like, Iraq, which Iraq had no justification. It was, lying about weapons of mass destruction, going in there, and, occupying a country for, how long, and, that was just a dumb war. I'm gonna leave this lobby right after this guy's here. Yes, they did, Adrian, but the difference between the Viet Cong and the Viet Cong and the North Vietnamese is that if you got captured by the North Vietnamese army, you probably would be tortured, but at least you had a chance of surviving. But if you got captured by the Viet Cong, you had almost no chance of surviving. Almost none. I'm gonna leave the lobby. I'm just waiting for this sale to be made. What do you think of Lyndon B. Johnson? One of the worst presidents in American history, lied about the Vietnam War, got us involved in the conflict, started a draft, he killed, how many Americans. He was, Johnson was an overall bad president. Scumbag. Have you seen the slight change to the CO crate warehouse where you can get, if you can get the 3 crate pickup or the van? What do you mean, Marnus? What changed? Yeah, that was Johnson's only good thing. I will give him that. The Civil Rights Act, it was good, but it was overall he was a terrible president. He was remembered as the guy who got us involved in Vietnam, and that shows you that a really stupid war can destroy anybody's reputation, and not just their reputation, reputation of their family. If you look at, for example, George W. Bush. George W. Bush would not have been that bad of a president if he had not started the Iraq War. If he had not started the Iraq War, he wouldn't have gone down as that bad of a president. But when he, started the Iraq War, he has gone down as one of the worst American presidents in history because of just lying and just that entire stupid conflict that he started. Yeah, I would agree with you. Afghanistan, that's why I didn't bring up Afghanistan, because Afghanistan was a much more justifiable conflict. where Iraq was just a stupid one. Iraq was not justifiable at all. I guess I'll leave it at that, Jimmy, because we're talking about the Iraq War, but not going to talk any further than that. Prose history book. Thank you. What are your thoughts about Theodore Roosevelt? One of the greatest American presidents of all time. He was an amazing president. And the thing about Theodore Roosevelt, do you you know, he made the FDA, which when you buy food today and it lists all the ingredients on your food, Teddy did that. Teddy also created the National Park Service, so almost all the national parks in America are because of him. He also created health inspectors, so health inspectors can come in randomly into restaurants, and that was necessary because so many restaurants were doing bad things, disgusting kitchens, the meat packing plants were getting people sick. He broke up the monopolies. He was overall a great president. What was it? But you know what I think? His greatest accomplishment could have been, but he never got to it. His greatest accomplishment probably would have been winning the presidency with the Bull Moose Party, because he tried to run it from his own party. He made his own party, the Bull Moose Party, and his party was like a combination of ideas from both parties. So it wasn't like a party that had like a central idea, but it was going to be the third party. And if he won that presidency, if he beat Wilson, he would have if he beat Wilson, his party would have become a mainstream party, and so we would have had Republicans, Democrats, and Bull Moose. Today we would have had them. We would have had a third party option, but unfortunately he lost, and his party collapsed after that. But if he won, then we would have had his party today to vote for. That just sucks. I think regardless of how people feel about politics, I think it sucks that in America that we only have two choices really. I think there should be more options. Was Nixon just as bad as Wilson? No. Nixon had Watergate, sure, but in his presidency he wasn't as bad as Wilson. Wilson was the worst. Is Theodore Roosevelt and FDR related? Yes, they are. I think FDR is his nephew. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's not like his dad or anything. I think they're cousins or something, or uncle, or he's his uncle. What's their relation again? I think that, when did the stream start? Over an hour ago. Are you sure about that, Minion Dave? I thought they were, but maybe I could be wrong. No, I'm not really speaking politics. I was just, more talking about history. They were cousins. Oh, okay. No, I've never been to his house on Long Island. You post cringe CJ, thank you for the super chat. I think that Reagan did some pretty nasty things. The Iran-Contra, affair, that was a bad thing that he did. The worst thing that Nixon did in his presidency is it wasn't even the Watergate scandal was the worst thing that he did. It was damn, gonna get him. NPC cars are getting annoying. What the worst thing Nixon did was he supported the Pakistan in the war of India in 1971. That was probably the worst thing he did. I've been to his house in Oyster Bay. It's incredible. Thank you, you post cringe CJ. Thank you for the super chat. I gotta go to his house one day too. Well, the Russia, China, and North Korea border is actually really thin. Like, Russia has a border with North Korea. A lot of people don't know that, but it's like really thin. It's like really small. But they do have a small border. I can't wait for winter again as well, yep. Yeah, you are right on that, Adrian. I saw part of it this morning, Ramble. I didn't finish it. I know he was talking about the new laws that were passing. What about Nixon invading Cambodia? The thing about, yes, you are right, Nixon did invade Cambodia, you're right on that, but the thing about that is it's a little bit more complicated. If you watch my Black Ops playthrough, I actually explain all of that. But basically what happened is the Cambodia declared itself a neutral country. It was a monarchy at the time, but despite it declaring itself a neutral country, what Cambodia did was it kept allowing North Vietnam to build the Ho Chi Minh Trail through their country. So North Vietnam went through Cambodia and they built their trail through the country, and they were using that to flank South Vietnam. They were using that to attack into South Vietnam through Cambodia and attacking American and South Vietnamese troops. And the U.S. complained about this several times to Cambodia, but Cambodia didn't do anything about it. And when the U.S. sent planes into Cambodia to bomb the North Vietnamese army, Cambodia complained about it, that it's violating their neutrality. But they didn't complain about North Vietnam violating their neutrality. So that was ultimately why Nixon supported a coup against the king of Cambodia, because he was basically a puppet of North Vietnam and he was doing whatever North Vietnam wanted. I can't wait for fall also. I don't like the heat. How much history do you know? Is it mostly American? No, I know plenty of other countries' history as well. Oh. Well, if people are unloading, it also counts towards the bonus, Nikki. Is there any history class in college you recommend me taking? I took world history classes. I took world history 1 and 2 in college, and the thing about world history is it really depends on the professor that you have. It really depends on the teacher that you have, because I had a really great teacher. I had a really good guy, and he knew history. He was really passionate about it. He knew history really well. The thing about my teacher is, my history teacher in college, I'll never forget him. I remember him. What I'll say about him is he was a great teacher. He was very passionate about history. He knew how to talk about history. But his biggest problem was that he didn't know how to interact with people. He had terrible people skills. Like, when it came to talking to people, he was really bad at that. Really bad. He was really good at explaining history and, like, getting indefinite and getting people excited about it and, like, talking it in a way that wasn't boring. But the problem is when I was in his class, I remember, the entire class, everybody was on their phones or on their laptops, and they weren't even looking up stuff related to the material. They were just texting, going on Facebook, whatever. Like, nobody was paying attention to him, or, like, watching YouTube videos. Like, nobody was listening to him. And he never called on anybody. Like, what happened is, I remember when he asked a question, I would be like, me and maybe one other student would raise our hands. That's it. Like, nobody else would talk in that class. And he didn't know how to call on people. He didn't know how to tell people, like, pay attention or stuff like that. He was just too nice. And I think that was probably his problem. The thing is, that's why I don't understand, is, like, why are kids taking these classes, these history classes, if they're not interested at all? They're not paying attention or anything like that whatsoever. It really sucks that Watergate overshadows all of Nixon's accomplishments. He did so much, yet all is forgotten as a result of Watergate. Yep. And it shows you how one, scandal can basically ruin an entire guy. Did anyone bully you in college? No. Never had anything like that. Don't really follow a lot of that stuff, Hamzat. Probably, but I wonder how they did on the test, Atomic. Okay, let me help Nikki with his stuff here. Wasn't Pol Pot in charge of Cambodia at the time? No, he wasn't. Cambodia was a monarchy. The king of Cambodia was called Sihanouk, if if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, and the U.S. overthrew him, and in a coup, and then he ended up and then he supported Pol Pot later on, and Pol Pot had done horrible things. Because he would have gotten arrested, Adrian. Why do children not like going back to school when summer break is over? I guess it's just that feeling that you're, school's over, you're going back to, your summer break's over, you're going back to school. But here's the thing is, I liked winter break and summer break in college. You know why? Because I took classes in that time. But I took online classes, so I didn't have to go to the school. And what happened was those classes felt like they overwhelmed you. They were like it was like 3 months of material in like one class in 1 month. But the good thing about that is you could get a class done really quickly. So you could pass a class and get that stuff done pretty fast. So that's why I usually would take one class in summer or one class in winter, just so I could get it over with. Okay. Helicopter here for this. How much do you like history? Generally like history. I like reading history, studying history, reading about it. What's the worst school years to be in? I thought it was 11th grade was the worst one. Yeah. Or 8th grade, too. 11th and 8th grade, I'd probably say with the worst. Yeah, political correctness isn't going away anywhere at Mason, though, unfortunately. Father and son, Marnus, but, W, did a lot more damage, though. What if I'm not smart enough for college? Don't believe that. No, everyone can do it. It's don't have that mindset. But here's the thing: is Starkiller also is you don't need college to be successful. Also, so if you don't go to college, don't think that you need it to be successful. The only reason I really went to college is because my parents really pushed me to. I didn't really have plans to go to college, but when I was there, at least I cared. At least I didn't slack off like other people did. But that's basically what I'll say about it. Is that you don't even need college to be successful in life. You don't. And like my success, literally all of my success has nothing to do with college. So that's basically what I'll say about it. What do you think about Imran Khan, who is currently in prison? You're talking about the former president of Pakistan? That guy? The thing I'll say about Pakistan is pretty much a dictatorship. Pakistan is, not a democracy by any means. It is not a free country. I don't know about this Khan guy too much. I don't know much about his policies, but the only thing I'll say about Pakistan is that it is just a pretty brutal dictatorship. It acts like a republic, but it's a very authoritarian country. Very. What's that, Flyers? Have you heard of the gamer Zach Cox on YouTube? Yeah, I've heard him before. I've I've seen his videos. I haven't chatted with him before, but I've left comments on his videos. He's left comments on mine. Think Black Ops 7 will be an American Civil War 2 plot? Possibly could be. It could be that Menendez had some kind of a backup plan. That's what it could be. Thank you, Angelo, for the super chat. No, I don't know what that is, Adrian. Who needed help with who was it that needed help with their heists again? Somebody needed help with heists. Do you think people should focus on Japan's atrocities as well instead of just Germany's? Yes. Japan had committed horrific acts during World War II. Japan saw people as subhuman that weren't Japanese. Look at what they did to the Chinese. The Japanese did horrific things in China. And not just against the Chinese, they did it against the Koreans, the Indonesians, the Taiwanese, the Vietnamese, the Burmese, the Mongolians. They did it against so many people.
You waste of oxygen. Whatever.
I can help you also, Pierston, and then I can help also. I can help Converted, because Converted has had his heist for a few weeks. I haven't had the chance to help him, so. Philippines also. I'm sorry, I didn't mention the Philippines, but yes. Philippines also. They did horrific acts there. I haven't played Half-Life 2 Hamzat, but I'm going to. Yes, they did Assassin, you're right. Okay, Brandon. Nikki, how many more things do you need to sell? This week starting at Ally. Who's Patrick? That's me. Damn. Why did those have to place those rocks there? Yeah, Summer, I guess you could make the argument it's a bit overrated. Yeah, people did accuse me of modding in the past.
Christ alive! Whoa! Hellfire, damnation!
I don't talk modern politics. I stay away from it. Hello, Pro. I love your videos. What are your thoughts on the residential schools for indigenous peoples of North America? Are you talking about the ones in Canada? Or I I know that Canada has had some atrocities at those schools in the past, and that there was a massive controversy that was revealed a couple months back about it. But I don't know that much about it. Thank you, Stormclose, for the super chat. I know it's pretty bad what happened. Okay, I'm gonna help Converted. Converted, do you still need help with that heist? Invite me to your heist if you need help, and I'll help you with it. Naturalist, you don't really need Demigod on Red Dead. It's not needed. A multiplayer space game at some point? I don't know if there's any I think of at the moment. Oh, Star Wars Battlefront, I guess. Yeah, that's the closest one to it. But is Converted still here? He's not. I'm joining Nikki's business here then. Any predictions on Mafia the Old Country 2? I think Don Teresi is gonna be the main antagonist. And secondly, I think that that Enzo is gonna change his name. He's gonna come to America and he's gonna change his name. And it's gonna be revealed to be one of the older Mafia characters like Frank Vinci or Leo Galante. They're probably gonna follow the Godfather route. Why did I begin making YouTube videos and what motivated me? I got really good at it. And it was, I was able to make a living off of it, and I did that. Converted, are you still here? Well, thank you, Shiplord, but you don't have to, explain yourself. It's okay. Whenever you have time, if you like watching my streams, go ahead. If you don't want to, it's okay. Whenever you don't feel, you don't need to apologize to me for not watching my streams, dude. It doesn't work like that. You watch my streams whenever you want, dude. Worst dictator of all time? A very hard one to answer because there's so many evil ones. My mother was in the residential school system. They beat her nearly to death, and the worst thing about it was basically designed to brainwash her and her friends. Oh my god, it's horrible. Did your mom get some kind of compensation from the government for that? What's the most expensive gun that I've shot? The SVT-40. The Soviet SVT-40, yep. What the hell is a Jeep? Yeah, Joe says that. Back me up, Vito. He also says they teach you that in the army. Kirsten, can you get your heist ready? I'll help you with that. If Converted doesn't invite me, I'll help you, Kirsten. Will I ever stream a playthrough? I don't know. Maybe I'll do it for Ghost of Yotei, but I'd, Yes, I own the SVT-40. It was a really expensive rifle, but I do have it. They said they couldn't give her compensation because of the laws back. That's stupid. Stormcloaks. Your mom should get a good lawyer and sue the government for that. That's No, I don't, Gloper. What just happened? What was that? Oh, come on, dude. What gives? I think he just wanted my bounty, but... No, I don't have a 1911. You can sue the government in America, you can. In America, you can sue anybody. So, like, you have to have a valid reason, obviously, but yeah, you can sue. You can sue the government, too. He was after my bounty? Okay. I know he's in Canada, so Canada laws are might be different, but... Well, Straight Killer, you got... If you wanted my bounty, that's fine, but just tell me that in the future, because I didn't know what was going on. We had a guy griefing earlier in the lobby, and we didn't know if you were going to do that now, too. Okay, I'm going to join Kirsten then and help him. Kirsten, if it's Cayo Perico, just me and you, nobody else. The more people you have on Cayo Perico, the more difficult it gets. Kirsten, like I said, if you're gonna do Cayo Perico, just do it me and you. Don't add anybody else. It's gonna make the heist more complicated. No, it's not about wanting the money. If we had more other people, we could get more money. But this Cayo Perico, you don't want to do with more than 2 people. It's Casino Heist, it's no problem. But like on Cayo Perico, it's best to do it 2 people because the more people you have, the more chance you're gonna get spotted and something's gonna go wrong. Yeah, somebody griefed earlier. About an hour ago, Art, we had a guy grief, and I had to remove him from my friends list. Wait, what just happened? Do you think Mussolini would be a mafia of the old country? No. He was a, in 1904, or 1905, what year was Mussolini even born? It would have been, it's 1905 when the game takes place, so he would probably be like a teenager at that point. No, I don't think you'll see him in the game. It's glitched? Okay, it'll invite me then, Kirsten. Yes, last part's coming out tonight. $1883? Wow, so he's older than I thought, so he would have been, what, 22 at that time. Kirsten, invite me? Thought about playing GTA fan-made games? Yes, like the Sindako Chronicles and the, next-gen Vice City, yes. Like, yeah, a lot of these games, I gotta play these games one day, too. Ow. Yes, Mussolini was a socialist when he was younger, that is true. I'm okay, Shiplord. Yeah. Love your content, man. Keep it up. Thank you, Ethan. Thanks for the super chat, dude. Thank you, man. Thanks, Ethan. I really appreciate it. I'll see you, Amen. Take care, man. We don't have to go in through the sewer tunnel. Hang on a second. Go right there. Kirsten, go to that dock. Oh no, damn. Oh, I hate this happens. You can, but we don't really use the crews much. We just don't really use them much anymore.
You could probably find one of their trucks and just drive through the main gate.
Pierston, I'm gonna go and check for the truck. Truck can get us in another way, though. I'm tired of doing the sewer tunnel. I don't want to do it anymore. The sewer tunnel is boring me so much. Yeah, you can join the crew, Arlo, but we
By the way, I admire Mr. Rubio. We steal from him, and he restocks the cupboards with goodies. Huh? We Russians love an optimist.
Okay.
Some advice. When dealing with paranoid
Careful, Kirsten.
CCTV everywhere. Are you stopping at the power station? A bit late for taking out the CCTV now, I think.
Oh no, are we...
The guards shooting is
damn. I messed it up. I messed up. That was on me. I messed that up. That was me. The stupid cameras. I forgot about the stupid cameras. Pierston, can you let me drive the boat? Do you think the Korean TV channel is creepy, especially the testing screen? You're talking about a North Korean state TV. Yes, very creepy. I've actually seen it a lot. There's this YouTuber who hacked into North Korea's satellite TV, and he just uploads their videos. But it is creepy.
Thanks for the assist, Charlie.
Okay, get in with me here.
Welcome back again. I have been thinking, perhaps Mr. Rubio thinks we are finished with him. He tells himself we will have to be crazy to keep coming back, but he does not appreciate Russian military strategy. We
Also, for people that don't know, when Pavel says he doesn't understand Russian military strategy, what he's talking about is doing the same thing over and over again. Because the Russian strategy for a lot of through history, a lot of Russian military strategy has been the same thing: just overwhelm the enemy with just so much, just overrun them completely. That has been what the Russian military strategy has been through a lot of their history. That
Remember, cameras everywhere. Almost like Mr. Rubio feels a little paranoid sometimes. Our station just up ahead. Take it out to bring the cameras down. So, how did our little water trick go down? Do the guards look distracted?
Pearson, don't get any closer. Hold on. This will turn off all the cameras at least. Don't have to deal with this anymore. Where does Undertale take place?
And we are dark.
Okay. Oh no. Damn.
I know the army of highly trained mercenaries is at
It's
our
on me.
but I have silver bullet for you. They do not have helicopters.
Damn, I don't know why that...
Preparation.
God damn. That's on me. I don't know why the guy was, the guy was, like, running away. That's so stupid. Okay. Okay. I was just trying to see if there was an extra disguise there, and the stupid guy started running away, and that...
You know, in a way, I admire Mr. Rubio. We steal from him, and he restocks the coppers with goodies. Huh? We Russians love an optimist.
Ah, god damn. I got rapid fire glitched. I got rapid fired right there. I hate that glitch so much. It's like, it's so stupid. You can't do that. The enemies, it's a glitch where they can unload their entire magazine into you in like a second. It is so stupid. It is so annoying when they do that BS. It is such ridiculous. That's stupid. That's such BS, that crap. Okay. Okay, restart one more time. Ugh. Damn. Oh, man. Okay. One final part, Mafia tonight. Yeah. Let me just drive one more time, Pearson. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get this done this time. Oh, what?
Nice run, Charlie.
That's stupid there. They just jumped out of the boat like that, but...
Welcome back again. I have been thinking, perhaps Mr. Rubio thinks we are finished with him. He tells himself we would have to be crazy to keep coming back, but he does not appreciate Russian military strategy. We make no distinction between madness and genius, huh? Okay, come. Let us give him another lesson. Not long now till landfall. GPS trace acquired. I have your location. Once you are inside the compound, I will be able to see you on CCTV.
Okay, Pearson, get back in the boat. And I'll drive. I know where we're going.
If you find the right kind of vehicle, you could probably drive it through the main gate.
Okay, 1 second, everyone. Just want to get in the compound without getting spotted here.
Some advice. When dealing with paranoid drug lords, expect
Crap, get off the road, get off the road.
everywhere.
Okay. Pearson, go this way. I saw the truck over here last time. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's too risky. Okay. Okay, screw it. We're just gonna have to go on foot.
Back in the side saddle, huh, Capitan? You know, I think Mr. Rubio is best thing that ever happened to us. And we are worst thing ever happened to him, huh?
I know, I know. I thought the truck was parked, but it's moving. Okay. Let's come on. Why is that happy, Jimmy?
Okay, this is checkpoint just before compound. Move quickly and don't let any of El Rubio's personal guards see you. Whichever one of you idiots just marched past my meditation suite, you're fired.
Oh crap! Let them leave the compound. Pearson, listen to me. Shoot. Hang on. 1 second. Pearson, shoot the guard. I'm gonna shoot the camera. Oh no. Oh no, Pearson, no. Oh no, this is. Oh. You're always supposed to shoot them at the same time. Copy of the codes. Okay, well, at least we got the codes in.
Not far to the compound. How is their aim? I'm surprised they can pull the trigger while they're shitting in their pants.
It's okay, just come on, move, run. Oh my god, rapid fire glitch again. Like, instant death. Like, just instant death. Rapid fire BS. That's what that is. Rapid fire BS. That's so stupid that the enemies have that crap. See that? Like, they can take down your full amount of health just like one shot like that. That is the stupidest crap ever. That rapid fire crap. That rapid fire stuff is so stupid. It really is. I hate rapid fire so much.
Puta madre.
You know, I think the guards are even more angry.
Can we retry here? Wonder where we're gonna spawn now. That rapid fire stuff is so stupid. It's so stupid. I don't know why we can't fire our guns that fast, but the NPCs can. That is BS.
You know, I think the guards are even more angry this time. Now, I'm sure you remember the route, yes? To the vault.
Kirsten, no. Oh. Great. Okay. When you get detected, Kirsten, you never want to run to the side. You always want to run to the middle. Try to get up in his house.
Always worth looking in the safe. So, you are at fingerprint scanner. The tool we took from head of cybersecurity will show you fragments from previous scans. You just need to cycle through them to match the target print. And keep an eye out for people trying to kill you.
Three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Probably it is with one of the many people you have shot.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kirsten, do you want me to restart, or can I just keep going with this? Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want me to restart? Okay, fine, I'll restart then. But Pearston, when I restart, you gotta follow me here. We're going straight for the middle then. Okay, retry this one more time here. Thank you, Willie. Okay. Okay,
With only several hundred angry men and their guns standing between us and an impregnable, vulnerable wolf. Good job this is not your first tango.
wait, Pearston, this way. We got the key. You don't have to do the long hack.
A fingerprint scanner here too. Okay, same procedure. We have the right tool. It will show
Cover
you
me for a second, please.
from previous scans, and you cycle through them to match the target print. You can concentrate under heavy fire, yes?
Okay, here we go. Best radio station in GTA 5. Maybe Los Santos Rock Radio for me. I don't know. I don't really like most of the music in
It worked. Good. Now go.
1, 2, 3. Okay. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Four. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there we go.
If you find a locked door, someone will have the key. In fact, you probably killed them already. It would be rude not to check the safe, I think.
Okay.
Back once again.
Pearson, help me open this here.
Perhaps you need some Dutch courage for the firefight you are about to have, huh?
Gold, okay.
Reinforcements incoming. Well done.
Oh crap, no. Oh my god, god damn it. Oh my god, I didn't expect the guy with the minigun to come down here. You've gotta be kidding me. You've gotta be kidding me. I know, I'll fix it next time, Phoenix. That's... No, Brandon, I won't have time to do it tonight. Yeah, the stupid guy with the minigun had to come down here. Ah, man. Okay. That was so stupid. The guy with the minigun came down there. That was so stupid. Maybe I shouldn't have opened that gate. I'll see you, GTA Gar. Take care, dude. Such BS.
Here we are again, with only several hundred angry men and their guns standing between us and an impregnable underground vault. Good job this is not your first tango.
¡Ya no tengo nada! ¡Imbécil! ¡Estoy listo para darle!
I'm gonna hack this again here. And Pearson, the first thing we do when we get down there is hack the main door, and then you can start going for the main loot.
Time to use the tool we got from head of cybersecurity. You will see a target print and some fragments of previous scans. You just need to cycle through them to match the target. And try not to get shot while you're using it.
Yeah, I know it's flickering a little bit. I gotta check with my capture card, but I'll do that after the stream. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5.
If you come up against a door you cannot open, I expect you've already killed the man with the key.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay.
Did it work? Okay.
This is Kyle Perico finale. Oh.
That was close, but you made it. Again.
I will, Emperor Fat. Thank you. I want to do one on Salieri and on Henry, also Mafia 2. Pearson. Okay. Okay.
You know, once my father had a choice. Be shot through the leg or through hip flask. I think you know which one he chose. A lesson for moments such as this.
More I want to do it on Lance, or you mean Tommy Angelo. Yes, in a way, but it's more about I want to do one on Salieri, focusing on him and how he caused all the problems, not Tommy.
On the way.
Okay, we're just leaving with this. Come on, we're going up through here. No, I never watched it, Minion Dave. Don't go out the front door. We can go out through the keypad doors. Because we got the key card. Okay. Yeah, this what Rockstar did to this heist made it into a headache. Polly will be part of the Salieri video. It'll be focusing mostly on Salieri, but Polly will be a huge part on it.
Okay, the compound is behind us, and the hard part is done. Now, do not die on the easy part, yes? Get out of there. Go! Our GPS should have the location of your extraction point at the main docks.
Pearson, I think that bike has, shot out. Okay. This way. We're just gonna swim out. Get out of here.
It seems Mr. Rubio has woken up into his nightmare. All over again.
Here's the thing, wow, my game is, like, glitching out right now. You saw that right there, the screen. Also, guys, here's a fact for you. The reason that Jeeps had so many car accidents in World War II, so many fatalities, is because Jeeps did not have seatbelts. So if you crashed in a Jeep, you were very vulnerable to get hurt. That's why a lot of Americans who got in Jeep car crashes died in World War II.
Well, judging from their comms, it sounds like Mr. Rubio is reaching for his helicopter. Again. Good news. Mr. Rubio's heading back. You got there. Now, we wait for everyone else to catch up. Alright, everyone has a way off. Now,
Well, Patton's Jeep hit a train. I'm hoping that he's Enzo Emperor, because that would actually be really cool if that was. I think if Enzo was actually Leo Galante, I think that would actually be really cool. I think he would be the perfect character. Okay, we got it. I'm gonna be wrapping up the stream here, guys. Uh, I gotta go now, but I'll answer a few questions that you have. Good work also, Pearson, before I go here. Does anybody want to ask me anything before I go? If you guys enjoyed the stream, do drop a like. I'll have the next part of Mafia up in like an hour from now, so it'll be up tonight. My favorite breakfast? No. Maybe just cereal? Yeah. Yes, I'll do another Yakuza stream this week. I will a little bit later, Kings. My favorite cases on each desk in LA Noire? Well, the homicide cases are all one, but arson, my favorite case would be the one that, Nicholson electroplating was my favorite one in arson. In, traffic favorite case, the one where the guy got run over. Yeah, the guy got run over, but it was really murder. Uh, yeah, I would say that one too. Vice, maybe the one with the boxer. Oh, it is Zach, huh? One day, maybe noise. Any advice for my driving test tomorrow? Be calm. You know, don't freak out. Just like you're driving normally. You know, what have you been practicing? Don't freak out. Yeah, he has really no backstory. He's just Simeon's nephew minion. But I guess we'll be going here, guys. I can help you another time, Tom. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you guys for watching the stream. If you guys enjoyed the stream today, do drop a like. I will have the next part of Mafia in like an hour, so check back then. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.